Hey guys, golf season is back, and what better way to celebrate with a round at Wooded View Golf Course and Driving Range in Clarksville, Indiana. Located just minutes from downtown Louisville off Veterans Parkway and I-65, Wooded View is convenient and affordable. Looking to have a company outing or event? We can do that too. Stop by now and check out our newly renovated bunkers and tees, as well as our new craft beer selection. Schedule your tee time today at woodedviewgc.com. Again, that's woodedviewgc.com.
I'm former Louisville basketball player Luke Hancock. When the NCAA tried to take away the Most Outstanding Player Award from the 2013 tournament, I got it back thanks to Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is the personal injury firm that fights for the people, and their team treats clients like family. Morgan & Morgan changed my life. If you've been injured in a car crash, at work, or in a slip and fall, they may be able to change yours. For a free consultation, dial pound law on your cell phone. That's pound 529, offices Louisville.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Okay. You should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com.
Where's Steve?
Radio. ZipRecruiter.
Where's Steve?
Candidates finding you.
He's supposed to be here, right?
Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Time now for an ESPN Louisville Sports Center update.
Good morning, I'm Brian Hall. The Sports Center update brought to you by Baptist Health. Don't let joint pain get in your way. Take the Baptist Health knee and hip pain assessment test today at BaptistHealth.com. The number 2 seeded Louisville women's basketball team is in action tonight in the Elite Eight when they take on number 1 seed Stanford. Stanford opens as 10.5-point favorites. And yesterday, head coach Jeff Walls met with the media. He said our Cardinals are prepared for their Cardinals.
It's going to take a team effort for sure at the defensive end of the floor. They have a very talented and deep ball club. They can score from all 5 spots. They're playing at a high level right now. We know that, and we're going to have to come out and play with the same focus. We're going to have to rebound the basketball. We're going to have to get back in transition. They score the ball very quickly when the opportunity presents itself. So, yeah, I mean, we're going to have to play the best game that we've played all year.
That game is set to tip off at 9 o'clock tonight. You can catch it on ESPN for TV. And we'll have coverage right here on 93.9 The Ville immediately following the Louisville baseball game. And we'll have post-game coverage for you with Biscuit and Chrissy Banta immediately following the Louisville women's game. As previously stated, the 16-6 Louisville baseball team is also in action as they'll travel to Cincinnati tonight. First pitch is set for 6 o'clock with our coverage beginning around 5:50 right here on 93.9 The Ville. And as I said, the national broadcast of the Louisville women's basketball game will immediately follow that. And as the men's tournament continues to roll along as well, ESPN Louisville is your exclusive home for play-by-play coverage of the NCAA tournament. Tonight's doubleheader with USC and Gonzaga starting at 7 o'clock on our sister station ESPN 680 will be immediately followed by the UCLA-Michigan matchup at 10 o'clock. And last but certainly not least, just a reminder that Louisville football coach Scott Satterfield will meet with the media today at 2:30. We'll take that press conference live on ESPN 680 during the V Show. Keep it locked here. Middays with Marcus Maben is next. This is Sports Center.
We opened our first location in 1995. Cox is more a convenience-driven brand, where Evergreen is more of a shopping experience.
The bourbon world has really kind of exploded over the last 5 to 10 years.
We are always bringing in new barrel picks that were hand-selected by our team.
My favorite part is the people.
Satisfying what their needs is our top priority. Cox's and Evergreen Liquors are Louisville's neighborhood liquor store. Visit our website, coxeslouisville.com.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
That's his game. They don't get back. They look at this steal. Here's the steal. 3-on-1. Alley-oop. Oh, my goodness. Marcus Maben. love with him here in Louisville. Marcus in the open floor, hops incredible. Here comes Maven off the steal.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's get ready for Marcus Maven. You're about midway to the midday with Marcus Maven. And you can call in, I lay back and just listen to Marcus Maven. So sit back and relax and watch Maven. Break it down like this. Woo!
Broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Time for Middays with Marcus Maven on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maven and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maven. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. And people, it can't help but to be a phenomenal show when the weather looks like this. We thank you for joining us. Steve Rummage in the building, Brian Hall in the booth.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day, man. It's hard to be upset or anything on a day like today. You get out, you got a nice little drive in, the sun's shining, the temperature is going up, which is nice. So yeah, it's look, I am today after the show, because we're going to there's a lot. I feel terrible, dude.
Do you want to tattle on yourself?
Listen, I stopped to get a frappe this morning because I was running really behind. Because point is, right after the show today, I'm heading down to Tennessee because we're going to Disney next week.
Just taking care of all your last minute business.
Yeah, well, I'm going down there. I'm going to pick Charity up from work in the morning. And
say that faster because it's almost like you forgot her name for a second.
I know. I'm like, I'll pick wait a minute. I got one in Tennessee and one
pros.
Yeah. But I'm gonna pick her up because we're leaving her car at the apartment because we're gonna drive down to the apartment and then go from Knoxville to Orlando.
You want to give everybody the address too?
Yeah, if you want to break in. I ain't worried about you breaking in my house up here, man. My neighbor is one of them Texas-style neighbors.
Right?
Yeah. He's like, oh, if I see anybody breaking in, huh?
You know, he wants somebody.
Yeah. Like, okay, all right, man. Like, just
it's me.
Hey, I'm like, just. There's nothing in there. I'm that worried about. Yeah.
Listen, I say that all the time. Yeah. Steve, it's like, just don't take my computer, y'all.
I know. I'm like, I have insurance, man.
Right.
Like, look, just let them take it if they need it. Okay. So, point is, I'm doing that because she's gonna leave her car down there. So I come in today. I'm running behind, and I get to the McDonald's and I order. I'm like, okay, let me grab me a frappe real quick. So I grab it, and I'm looking at the menu, and as you can tell, I've done it twice now. But I say, I kind of want a sandwich or something. So I get 2 of those godforsaken breakfast burritos.
The godforsaken breakfast burritos.
They are good.
He's just having a hard time swallowing.
Hey, I like to stick to the dollar sausage biscuits.
Yeah, right. Like I get the sausage McMuffin usually when I just want something like today. Today would have been a perfect just sausage McMuffin, good little, something. Okay, got something because I probably won't eat lunch. I'll drive down. So but I inhaled from right off the exit to this radio station. I inhaled those 2 burritos, and then I had a hash brown, and I'm like, well, I've got to do something. So I'm finishing up this Coke Zero that I have, right? So I just take 3 bites of this hash brown real quick just to because I'm like, I got to eat some of it because I'm already in the parking garage. I'm already behind. So, and I just did all that. And then I just the frappe was so good.
Do you need to go get some water or something?
No, I'm going to make it through the break, but it was a lot. It was a lot. There's a lot happening in a
short amount of time.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's and then I'm going to go down there later tonight and I'm going to try to run and I'm probably going to die.
But the point is, you're going to try, and that's.
But I am going.
That is what. Brian Hall in the booth. Brian, what's going on, my man?
Nothing too much. I've actually just getting excited for this women's game tonight. It's a late night game. I'm good with that. I've had a busy week with Louisville Dog Walkers, so I'll wind down around 9 o'clock and be able to sit there for like 2 hours and watch this game. So I'm excited to see what they can do because I was actually looking at they were reseeding the teams in the women's tournament. They have Stanford as the best team left in the women's tournament. And they have Louisville as like the 5th best team out of the 8 that are left.
Right.
So I know it's going to be a tough matchup, but if they can get through tonight, I'm feeling pretty good about our national championship.
Do you believe in Steve's theory that you need like this team actually thrives on ultimate disrespects?
I think 100% because I think it's one of those teams that had a lot of preseason hype. They were one of the top teams in the country. They know they got all the top recruits. So that they take it as a chip on the shoulder when somebody like Andy Landers sits there and tries to downgrade them as a team. But yeah, I think it's actually the fuel that they need to get past a game like this. I think it's all the perfect storm.
Yeah, I've always agreed with people don't understand when you're the best going into the season, or you think you're the best, or people think you're the best. It is so boring. Steve, you brought that up when we were talking about Jordan Warren's performance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Night. Like, it's hard to communicate that, how boring something can be when you're literally like Jordan Wara at his size and strength and body composition.
In the college game.
Yeah. It's just, I'm saying this, like, I was mad at him when he looked a little lethargic or looked a little, coasty, for lack of a better word. Yeah. But I understood you're the best shooter. You can always get your shot off. If you miss a shot, 98% of the time, it's just because you missed the shot.
Yeah.
He had 2 games this year where he really had to work to get his shot off. Like he's shooting the exact same shots, y'all, in the NBA that he shot at Louisville. And the defense does not affect. Think about that. He had 21 and 10, and I just totally went to Jordan Wara.
Starting for the Bucks
at 21 and 10 on an NBA court, and you saw every single shot that you saw at Louisville. It wasn't like, oh man, this game has got all this new stuff. It was the same step back. It was the same, catches the ball, just pulls it.
I used to say this when he was here. We would sit there and watch him, and he would make the most difficult shots at the rim look so easy.
Right.
I mean, he would go up, get hit, tuck it under, flip it up off the top of the glass, roll in, and everybody's just like, hey, one. And you're like, that was an amazing shot.
Yeah, his step backs were tough shots.
Yeah.
Big time. So my point, the reason I went down that road is because I'm like, Dana Evans and Haley Van Lith are really, really, really good. And they don't see a lot of people that can stop them individually on a game-to-game basis.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like they've seen every scheme. Haley as a listen, Haley was already anointed. You know what I'm saying? Like her West Coast credentials, she was already, bona fide, right?
Absolutely.
Dana has seen everything in the college level. So imagine your player of the year last year, and you come back and all you want to do is go win the tournament.
Yeah.
So it's like, golly, I'm supposed to be undefeated. I'm supposed to win another player of the year, another women's player of the year, another conference championship, another conference tournament championship, and an NCAA championship. It's like, oh my God. So you could just imagine coming down the stretch, just hurry up and get here tournament.
In the meantime, you've got these young ones on your heels. Haley Van Lith is out here. That girl from Iowa, the Clark kid.
Right.
The last night, and by the way, I was going to say, I actually sat down to watch a little ball last night, and I found myself watching Baylor UConn.
Right.
It was a heck of a game, man.
Right.
And I'm watching that, the Page girl for UConn. She's nasty,
Right.
man. These there is a young infusion in college basketball, and in women's college basketball, and it was like, good Lord. So Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah,
But if you're doing that, which by the way, it was terrible. I mean, everybody's talked about it.
Oh, the call, the Baylor foul.
Terrible. I was watching it at my house, and I'm like, that's a foul.
Right.
Like, yeah. And look, I'm actually walking in my kitchen to pour a drink, and I was like,
something got to change.
I was like, I guess UConn's women don't foul. I'm like legitimate. Nobody's home but me.
So who are you talking to?
Hey, I'm tip of the cap, man. I mean, the game, it's like It was that I was in, you know what I mean? And so, but my point is all that's happening and you're trying to be the OG. That's
right. Just, and put a cap on your whole year. So it's like, it's hard to get through full season when you're the best. So you do give your Baylors, your people who are just coming in with all the expectations. Please don't. That shouldn't even caught my attention. It didn't start off with please don't. I should.
No, it's kind of funny, but
So yeah, like point being, long season. Now it's really, really game time. Listen. You think they didn't sit around and watch that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just intensity level, some good basketball.
They're like a 10.5-point dog today.
Stanford is good.
They are good.
I did watch them. They can play.
Mm-hmm.
They can play.
Yeah, but look, I mean, an Elite Eight season is a good season.
All the teams left can play. So nothing would surprise you. Nothing would surprise you. Louisville could run them by 20, and you'd be like, y'all better respect our women. Like,
sure.
Yeah, here, one mic.
I'll be locked in though. What do I?
I was just saying, put some respect on that name.
Oh yeah. I did. Or we are. It's like, no, I'm just kidding. The men's. I did watch some of the men's tournament last night. Won some money, so that was fun. I was like, man,
you might as well.
Like I hear all these people talking, and I'm like, they're so bad at gambling. So I turn on the game. I mean, specifically Mitch is god awful.
I thought that, but I kept it to myself because I'm like, he really
no, he does. He takes it serious. That's why I don't. That's why I don't. I'm not gonna
I wouldn't even make a joke.
Look, I believe he really takes it seriously. So I'm like, all right, cool. But I turned the game on last night, and I'm like, I'm here alone.
Right.
It was Oregon State and Houston. I go, well, let's throw a big chunk down. I was like, how about this? I said, Oregon State, Houston. I said halftime. I'm gonna do first half because I don't know that I don't know I'm gonna be able to stay in the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, Houston's better than Oregon State.
Mm-hmm.
Houston's gonna come out ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
They're a 2 seed.
And they're violent.
Yeah,
they're
I know.
violent.
I said -5 at half. I think Oregon State can make it a game, but I'll go. I was like, yeah, it's simple. I'll get -5 at half. I was like, over under. Oregon State slows it down. Even if they're not playing well, they're going to slow it down. So I was like, okay, I'll take the under 58.5.
Mm.
Boom, boom. A few $100, just ting. It's like, people struggle with this. So then Baylor come on, and I was like, Baylor -5 at half or -4 at half. I was like,
boom,
bang. Because I was like, Arkansas, if they're going to do anything, it's going to be in the second half. So I was like, you know what? Since I've already won a few hundred, let me throw a fat check.
Let me play around with it.
I think Baylor was up 15 and a half. I was like, y'all. I should do this. Look, I'm the typical Vegas guy because I'm like,
I can do this professionally.
Well, it's easy. I can do this. I just sit here watching a couple games and made about $700-800. Like, what are we talking about here?
Doctors have replaced many of pinkies with that kind of pinky seed.
That's when I call up Giovanni and I'm like, hey man, it's just simple. Hey, look, Baylor, Houston. Hey, throw a few hundred racks on Baylor, man. First half, easy. Houston's up 12 at half.
B-Hall, of course, I wait to right when he leaves the studio.
Probably get some out of
Let me go to
printer.
it. Reggie, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Steve, I did the same thing you did. I took Oregon State at the half yesterday, and I should have took them +8. But I did take Baylor at the half, and I won probably about $1,500. So I'm feeling pretty good this morning.
Feeling good, Reggie. That's what I'm talking about, man.
fellas, I don't want to talk about the basketball team. I'm over here nervous. I want to know it. I really want to know if Carly's coming back. Like, I want him to go ahead and just say, "Hey, I'm coming back, Louisville," and so I can go ahead and plan my my Final Four trip next year to the championship. If Carly comes back and we get a couple of grad transfers, I really think we would help the team that could compete next year and possibly win the ACC. Now, I know it's a lot of high expectations, but when you're a Louisville basketball fan, you got to have high expectations because we're there trying to program. So, fellas, y'all know, have a good day. I'm just waiting. I'm on Carly watch, fellas. Y'all have a good day.
I appreciate the call, Reggie. Yes, I think I had that conversation with Steve. It's like, yes, it's okay to say I have expectations of Final Fours and championships, and every year that you don't make a Final Four or championship, I'm disappointed, and still say the program is still in great shape.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like those two can be possible. You can say, yeah, we need to develop here, we need to develop there, but the structure of our team
absolutely
is on the come up.
Absolutely.
So to Reggie's point, yes, we're always going to be disappointed or critiquey.
Mm-hmm.
And if you make the Final Four, I don't care what you say right now, we at least need to make a Final Four. Then I'll be happy. No, you won't. No, you won't. You'll make a Final Four. You'll get busted. Hey, Matt gotta go. I mean, listen, it was 100% Juwan Howard outcoached. I'm sick of losing to Michigan. He lost to Michigan up in Indianapolis, and he lost it. And I'm gonna sit here and say, that was Rick. We still, when they came to town, when they were number one in the country. Oh, yeah, we actually won that game against Juwan Howard. He got outcoached. He got outcoached. Final Four, first four, regular season.
But if you can't coach on nights where there's a crescent moon, then I don't want it. Okay. All right.
Lawrence, thanks for joining Middays with Marcus Maven. Fire away, my man.
What's up, Marcus? What's up, Steve?
What's up, man?
Well, in 48 hours, we're going to find out if the women are going to the Final Four and that if Louisville picks up another transfer to play guard for them. But the situation I don't want to have tonight, I don't want a battle situation. Louisville cannot lead that game up to the officials if it's close. Because I don't trust the officials. In the past, I have seen them rob Jeff Walls so many times. So if Louisville 10-point underdog, these ladies going to have to take it personal and did what they did against Oregon. Just come out ready to play and fight to keep the lead the whole game.
Good strategy. I appreciate the call. You know what's funny? I was
said they should come out and get a big lead and just keep it the whole time.
You remember the Baylor player when they were like, how do you get out rebounded by Harvard? And the Baylor player says, okay, when the shot goes up and you grab the ball, you grab it with two hands and you come down with it. And he said, and that's considered a rebound. So they got more of those than we did. And that's how you get. Was that not the best answer? Yeah. And he was ready to cry. Yeah. He was literally, how does a team, and imagine what that dude looked like.
Oh God.
Imagine what the dude, here you are, 6'9", just peak humanity. You're literally the peak of DNA of humanity. And this guy says, how do you get rebounded by a team? And it's like, you are like, dude, look at you. Have you ever got a rebound in your life? Not saying that's an okay answer, but I'm saying it has to go through your mind at some point. Like, don't ask me questions like that. Like, they out here playing too.
I know.
So I totally lost my train of thought thinking about that.
he said they got more of those than we did.
Okay, so I lost my path. We were talking about the ladies.
Oh my God!
At some point, we're gonna have to talk about this name, image, and likeness of Haley Van Lith. Did you see the Matthew McGavick article?
Yes.
We got to speed that up.
Yep. That, and I think right now, look, it's that time of year. Honing in on my top four. I have my top four transfers, and that list is fluid. So
wait a minute. I'm listening. The ones you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
I try to keep it to. I say okay because there's so many out there.
I know, and you don't want to turn into that guy. Just every time somebody enters the transfer portal, we say, "We need him."
That's me.
That's you and the entire Louisville fan base, Steve.
Yeah.
Listen, no, I'm sorry. That's you and all the fan bases in Kentucky, because apparently it's okay to go get Davidson grad transfers now.
I know. And listen. Let me be perfectly clear. I like that player.
Right.
I would have taken him in a heartbeat.
Yep.
I checked out some of his film and stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, I'd take him. But over the last week or so, it was kind of like he's going to Kentucky, so I kind of
big picture.
Yeah.
Louisville versus Kentucky conversation, coaching, grad transfer market predictions. Quick commercial break. Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville.
ESPN Louisville is your exclusive home again this year for live play-by-play of the NCAA tournament, including the Final Four and National Championship.
It's over. It's over. Oral Roberts wins. Oral Roberts is going to the Sweet 16.
Elite Eight coverage continues tonight at 7 o'clock on ESPN 680, 105.7, and the ESPN Louisville app. The NCAA tournament on ESPN Louisville is presented by Bill Collins Ford, UPS Jobs, and fueled by Kroger.
Hey, Card Nation, let's be honest. The real estate market in Kentucky is booming, and whether you want to buy or sell a home, now is the perfect time to do it. With interest rates at an all-time low and programs that can get you in a home for no money down. Want to learn more? It's simple. Just call Derek A. Stewart with Dream JP Pirtle. Derek is available virtually around the clock to listen, understand, and help you with all your realtor needs. So don't waste another second. Call Derek A. Stewart at 502-314-9868 today.
You've waited 2 years for it, but the wait is almost over. Genesis Diamond store-wide spring extravaganza is next weekend, April 9th through the 11th. This is the big one, a store-wide sale unlike any other. Extra savings up to 35% off their already guaranteed best prices on virtually everything. Rings, earrings, bracelets, pendants, colored gemstones, even GIA certified diamonds are on sale. Don't miss it. Best prices and special financing too. 3 days only, April 9th through 11th, only at Genesis Diamonds, Shelbyville Road Plaza.
After 2 long years, Genesis Diamond's spectacular spring extravaganza is back. April 9th through 11th. 3 incredible days. Store-wide savings. Up to 35% off Genesis already guaranteed best price on engagement rings, earrings, bracelets, wedding bands, plus special financing. This is the big one. The one where they break all the rules. Even Genesis GIA certified diamonds are marked down. Plus top jewelry designers are flying in their entire collections. You've waited long enough. So don't miss this. April 9th through 11th at Genesis Diamond, Shelbyville Road Plaza. Unapproved credit.
We always have our focus around here at ESPN Louisville, not focused with an F, but with a PH.
Focus is sparkling water with caffeine, and it's putting sugary soda on notice with its newest flavor, Cola, which was just awarded Best New Product by BevNet Magazine.
Focus Cola has all the classic taste, but none of the harmful ingredients. No sugar, no sweeteners, no guilt. It's what's missing that matters.
Haven't had it before? Try Focus Cola for just $12 when you use code NEWCOLA at www.drinkfocus.com.
Yeah, it's that good Berno's Pizza.
It's basketball tournament time, and in Louisville and Southern Indiana, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Make sure you enjoy the madness in the best possible way. That's with friends, cold drinks, and a Bear-Nose Pizza. It only happens once a year, so do it right. Enjoy the madness with the Bear-Nose Pizza.
Berno's Pizza. Yeah, it's that good.
U of L Health's expertise is now at more hospitals, medical centers, and physician practices, along with Brown Cancer Center and Fraser Rehab, making the impossible possible. That's the power of you. To learn more, visit uoflhealth.org.
Injured in a car accident? Visit SueDistractedDriver.com.
Hi again, Brian Wiegand with Century Mortgage, a division of Bay Equity Home Loans. As many of you know right now, buying and selling in this market is extremely competitive. There's no better time to get ready. Being pre-approved can make the difference. It's a great time to call Century Mortgage or visit CenturyMortgage.com. Kentuckiana's premier mortgage lender. Century Mortgage, a division of Bay Equity Home Loans. We are here to get you home.
Century Mortgage Company is an equal housing lender, NMLS number 76988.
Kentucky is leading the way in delivering life-saving vaccines to the world, and it's all thanks to our central location, major highways, and world-class logistics industry, which also drives our economy. But it's been a long winter, and our roads are crumbling, becoming dangerous for our families and workers. We need Frankfurt to act now and pass House Bill 561 to save our roads. If they don't, it'll be... Call your state legislators at 1-800-372-7181 and tell them to pass House Bill 561. This ad paid for by the Kentucky Infrastructure Coalition.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
had the YouTube muted the whole time. Sorry about that. I'll go back to that later on. Again, AliCenter.org on that one. Anyone, Steve, you want to catch up speed?
I got a few. We can get to them though. I don't really want to go back to back on that.
Right. Okay. Well, let me get to the phone lines real quick, just to clear it out. Alex, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away, my man.
Hey, what's up, guys? Listen, you guys were talking about the transfers when you came back. That's the only reason why I don't want to get you off topic, because this transfer market this year is crazy. I'm like, Rocket Watts is now in there, and you guys, Christian Lander is in there. And these are two, Louisville. I don't know if we need Rocket. Well, I don't want to say we don't need Rocket Watts, but he's not exactly what we're looking for. I figured we would go for point guards and shooters, and he's not really a shooter, but he's a hell of an athlete, So he's definitely good if you want to do an up-tempo offense. Listen, y'all, I need to know, because I'm getting excited about both these guys, because I feel like both of these guys are legit Louisville people that could be on our team next year, because we were in their final 2 and 3 when they were signing their letters of intent. So I need y'all to pull up all of y'all contacts from y'all back pocket, and then just because I'm getting hot. I'm thinking we're about to have some 5-star. I'm thinking we're about to have a ridiculous squad next year. Also, Reggie. That's my best friend. So let me borrow some money. Man. You winning money, you ain't telling nobody. I thought we was friends. Come on, man. Thank y'all.
Okay, Alex, I appreciate the call. Rocket Watts is a 5-star, right? Was he 4 or 5? Where did he finish at?
I believe he was
4 or 5.
Yeah. I believe he ended up being a 5, but yeah.
Okay, 4 or 5. Let's call him 5 for sake of this conversation. Saying Rocket Watts can't help this team is like Michigan saying, "Oh, Sam Williams, he can't even shoot. We need some shooters." I wouldn't take him on the team. You think Michigan wouldn't pass out to get Sam Williamson as a grad transfer on their team?
Listen, I'll be honest. I'm not like I said, I'm angry. I'm not anything, but I have been quite flabbergasted at the and I don't even know. I mean, and if anybody's wondering, Rocket was from Michigan State, which he's on my 4. He makes Steve's hot 4,
right,
or whatever we want to call it.
That's fine. Players Club.
I'll say it's just real quick. It would be Watts, West from Marshall, Lander, and Faulkner right now. I think those are the 4 that would, and the Watts situation kind of showed up yesterday, and obviously the Tipton edits and Andrew Slater from 247 said Louisville and Florida State were the most likely destination for Rocket Watts. But I have been, like I said, flabbergasted is the only word I can come up with at some of the online reaction. I put out there and I was like, Rocket Watts would be.
Do you think it's because we didn't bombard it first and just let you know everything that we would bring to? Because you and I kind of talked about it and we were like, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
And we were just kind of talking to us about it. But if you listen to all of everybody just pick it apart, he can't a 5-star playmaker.
But here's the thing. I don't even think people were picking it apart. I mean, all jokes aside, we mess with Andy and James and Mitch and those guys and stuff, but it's James, it's yeah, I'd take Rocket Watts. I think Andy and Mitch.
I've seen a whole bunch of biting at it.
Say he's a good player, but I've actually only saw Louisville fans are not and I'm almost like I said, you can hear it in my voice. I'm almost like I'm using the word flabbergasted. I'm like, you don't think this guy would help? I'm like, when I heard it, I was because Louisville's going to get 2 more guards,
right?
Whether that's David, the more and more that's I just that's not happening. But if Carleek comes back, then that would be 1. But if not, they're going to take one of these other guys,
right,
as well. And I'm like, if you. I don't know. I don't want to be ugly, but I'm like, if you watch 12 minutes of Rocket Watts, and you don't think he's a good addition to the team? I don't really know. I don't know what to tell you.
Can we talk basketball?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know why I'm having this conversation.
So kind of get it back to kind of, going into the break, I was like, it feels funny, Steve. It feels good to be back in those same waters with Kentucky. It feels great.
Sure.
To be in the same recruiting waters. It feels great when I can look over my rival and say, it's a good pickup. It's a good pickup.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of going, look, when Kentucky commitments happen, going,
because he's feeling it, bro.
Right.
Look, because make no mistake about it. He's vibing. I'm cool with that. He said, but make no mistake about it, man. It sucked for a lot of years. You would just see this animal in high school, and you're like, where's he going? Kentucky. And then he goes to Kentucky, and you're like, God, did they get that guy? They're now fishing in the same pond, man.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
I see you here. Wow.
Yeah. And look, and here's the thing, and this is what I've said.
John, look, Coach Calipari was like John Bowl, who didn't want to give away his secret fishing spot.
Yeah.
And now John Bowl is back on the banks of the Ohio.
Yeah.
With us commenters like, yeah, that bait ain't gonna work around here.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how much you put, on that. Like, where's that one guy that used to have that net that come with you that just brought in all those fish?
Yeah, who stuck dynamite in the lake and blew up so all the fish just floated to the top for you.
Yeah, where'd he go? Is he not? No, yeah, he's fishing up in New York. Somewhere.
Okay.
No, listen, it's just, and here's my thing, and I don't want to go too far down Kentucky breakdown, but growing up around here, growing up in a family that has multiple Kentucky fans, if he can make, and I'm bringing this back to Louisville, if he can make the transition and start recruiting these type of players that are going to be around, that are going to be local, that are going to be,
and not wear them out in 1 year.
Yeah. And win, I will have to even applaud him to the extent of saying, you evolved into what Kentucky fans really want.
Right.
Because these are the type of players. And this is what
they want to know you can coach.
Absolutely. And I've said this all along. I've said, look, Kentucky, the one and done thing they'll live with because they're winning some games. But as soon as you stop winning, they're not going to live with that because they don't like that.
Right.
I think it's one of those things like all over Kentucky fans.
There's no connection.
Yeah.
And I'm not joking when I say you can be Al Davis, just win. You want connection.
Sure.
You want connection to your coach. You want connection to your
unless you're winning big. And then you go, okay, whatever, all right, let's win, know. But yeah, man, it's one of those things where if he can do that and transition to that, then I mean,
and again, I'll say, listen, I can say my criticism was fair 6 years ago. You didn't win with those. You had to be doing a terrible coaching job not to win with those rosters, not to win championships with those rosters.
Yeah.
But I can also say 5 years later, okay, you had to pick up a thing or two, over 10 years of dominant talent. You had to learn a thing or two over time.
Right.
What's the play called? Circle.
Yeah. Yeah. Something, it's like kids usually, you
okay. Well, let me ask you this. This is the last thing I'm going to say about being in the same wall. Right.
Well, the other thing I want to say really quick though is my argument though in the rivalry is history says he don't win with lesser talent. So we're going to see. Like I said, I won't even go. I mean, of course I will. It's in the rivalry aspect of it. I'm going to just go right into like, yeah, he can't win with those guys. But if I'm a Kentucky fan, we'll see.
Okay. This is where I ask the savage question, and then I'm going to go right to you, Mike, but I have to ask this question to Steve. And Steve, I want you to look me in the face when I ask this question.
Okay, let's do it.
Steve, you're in a battle. You're Louisville, Kentucky's on the other side. You want this grad transfer.
Okay.
Your grad transfer is a God-fearing man.
Okay.
You ask him, you sure you want to go to Nike school with Lil Nas X? Mike, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
All right, Steve Rummage. So,
and his
you're
satanic shoes.
I'm one of the guys, dude. So,
okay.
So I'm going to keep my mind open, though, Steve. I promise. But
okay, that's fair.
Tell me, like, there's a couple guys that I watched play this year that kind of either committed to Louisville or Louisville was on their last couple.
Right.
One of them was Courtney Rainey at Texas, and the other one was Rocket Watts.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the most interesting, and I'm just going to tell you, man, I'm not proud of this, but I was kind of happy that neither one of them came to Louisville after watching them play all year. So let me tell you about Rocket Watson, but I'm going to keep my mind open, and I want you to tell me why I need to know it. So, one of the most interesting stats I saw this year was a guy that averaged almost 30 minutes a game for Michigan State, didn't have a block or a steal until late February or 20th game. I don't think that's normal. I don't think he's a great defender, and he's got 29%. Now, that being all I know about him except for the eye test, tell me why I should like this guy. And let me keep my mind open, but you tell me why I like this guy. And I'm going to hang up and listen, but I appreciate the subject and the transfers. I love y'all. So thank you.
I appreciate it. And look, I think that's a great question because, like you say, look, the numbers say, I don't know, like if he, when I say defender, when I see what he has, and different things. And I think that's fair. But what I'm telling you is you're talking about a 6'2", 6'3" guard, okay, who was playing point guard, ball in his hand the whole time when he was at Michigan State, right? That's not what he is, for one. So when he comes here and you package him along with Carleek and Ellis or West and L. Ellis or Faulkner and L. Ellis, whatever, we can
do. David and L. Ellis.
Just give me all of them. Right. Or Lander, Carleek, David, and L. Ellis. And then they just say, we just play five guards.
And Malik.
Yeah. But when you package him into that and you put him in a different system, the thing is, man, is off the bounce. Like, people go directly to his shooting. You say, okay, well, I'm going to go directly to his three-point shooting. Well, for one, he can knock the three down. Watch his film.
You can have bad shooting years. You can have 3 bad nights, 3 bad shooting nights will blister your 3-point percentage. Mike, I can literally sit there and say, you know what the difference between the offense and, like, you remember Charlie Bell?
Yeah,
Charlie Bell was the dude I hung out with, at NBA draft camp or whatever, right?
Yeah,
that was my guy. Listening to him talk about how many sets Tom Izzo runs means every time Rocket Watts was in a game, he was running one of Izzo's 19 sets.
Mm-hmm.
The only time he looked good were broken play situations or something like that. Mac is heavy ball pick and roll. You don't have to look. Wait, okay. Izzo will call a play for you to get this shot.
Yeah.
We got to throw it here, screen here, pin down here, then pin down here. Now Rocket Watts gets his shot.
Right.
Jesus. Some people don't play well like that, right?
Right.
Some people say, dude, do I have to coach? Yeah, look, drag screen, get in the lane. Jalen Withers is much better. JJ Trainer is much better than he was last year.
Yeah.
We got playmakers around, people that can get places on the floor. You don't just fill up. Here's the thing. People that don't like, I watched the best 3-point shooting team in the history of Louisville, right? Maybe that year, one of the top 2-3 in college basketball.
Yeah.
Watch people complain. One guy's just taking it and just everybody else is standing outside the 3-point line. But people don't hear themselves saying, we need to surround 4 shooters around Carleek. And it's like, you'll be looking at the same offense that you hate if everybody's just around the 3-point line checking up. You got to have guys that can get to the basket, create plays, get in there. Rocket Watts can do that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And when you have, and again, I'm saying when I pair him with L. Ellis, okay, and now I've paired him with L. Ellis and West, or L. Ellis and Carleek, And I'm like, you have another dynamic guard who can take about anybody off the bounce. Okay. Can shoot the ball from mid-range, can get to the rim when he wants to. He's athletic enough to go up and punch on you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And what if I
Like,
said Big Ten had some tough basketball this year?
Yeah.
Maybe that.
Well, you think Michigan's a pretty good team, right?
Right.
Well, 2 weeks ago, just 2 weeks ago, Rocket Watts played Michigan and had 21-4-4
against that Michigan that you're watching right now.
Yeah, I mean,
actually, with Livers on that Michigan team, I believe.
Yeah. Like that's an all right, dude.
That's decent.
So again, like I said, now I understand if we were saying, okay, well, we don't have any really guards and Rocket Watts, and we're expecting him just to be the answer,
right?
You know, and you're just like, okay, that's the guy. That's all we have. That's it. But I'm like, man,
that's not the answer.
You have a 6'3" L. Ellis. Like, and here's the thing. I heard you call in all year. I'm not talking to Mike specifically. Steve, it's so slow. The offense is so slow. They don't move. I'm walking it up the floor, Steve. And then when I say, well, what about L. Ellis and Rocket Watts, two guys who push the ball,
who don't need extra?
He can't shoot, Steve. Okay, well, I'm sorry then. The only thing that's going to please you is if we go find 6'10" point guard that pushes it and
Kevin
shoots
Durant.
it. Yeah, like
Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
The only
like,
thing that's gonna make you happy.
Like I'm saying, you're talking about putting two.
If he
guards,
can't shoot, he has to be Greek freak.
Right. Two guards that get the ball and go. Can you imagine Rocket Watts and L. Ellis?
Listen,
get ball, push ball.
Can you imagine two guards, 6'2" and 6'1", who are streaky shooters but tenacious defenders? I mean, could you imagine if Louisville had two of those guys like that? And yeah, you win national championships.
Ball, push ball.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Catch, rebound ball, take off. Like L. Ellis and Rocket Watts are not guys that get rebound and go, all right, let's set it up.
Six.
Listen, L. Ellis and Rocket Watts get rebound, look at Coach Mack and go, we're going. Yeah, let's go.
Coach Mack watches them
run. And
he looks at Jalen and JJ and said, I'd catch up if I were y'all.
Yes.
Because they're gonna miss every once in a while. Y'all can clean it up.
And Texter says, like, I saw one down there, it was like Rocket Watts is Darius Perry. And that's like that's
And by the way, let me clean that one up, Steve. Steve, the satanic Lil Nas X Nike shoes is what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Not his orientation, people.
Oh, no.
His satanic Nike shoes.
Get you on.
Have y'all heard about that? Like, tell me, Brian, had you heard about that?
No,
you don't know what I'm talking about?
Andy said on his show he wanted a pair. He did. I heard it. He said it. I was like, yeah.
Steve, you're lying. No. He said he wanted a pair of the Lil Nas X satanic shoes, Nike shoes. I couldn't believe that was a real thing, Steve.
and promoting from within. Earn $14.50 per hour plus a $300 weekly bonus for some shifts. And you might even be eligible for a program that helps you graduate college debt-free. Enjoy an active job with big-time growth opportunities at UPS. Search and apply now at upsjobs.com/Louisville. That's upsjobs.com/Louisville.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville. Time now for an ESPN Louisville Sports Center update.
Good morning, I'm Brian Hall. The Sports Center update brought to you by Wing Zone. Try the ESPN Louisville special, 10 boneless wings, wedges, and a drink for $9.39. The number 2 seeded Louisville women's basketball team is in action tonight in the Elite Eight when they take on number 1 seed Stanford. Stanford opens as 10.5-point favorites. And yesterday, head coach Jeff Walls met with the media. He said our Cardinals are prepared for their Cardinals.
It's going to take a team effort for sure at the defensive end of the floor. They have a very talented and deep ball club. They can score from all 5 spots. They're playing at a high level right now. We know that. And we're going to have to come out and play with the same focus. We're going to have to rebound the basketball. We're going to have to get back in transition. They score the ball very quickly when the opportunity presents itself. So, yeah, I mean, we're going to have to play the best game that we've played all year.
That game is set to tip off at 9 o'clock tonight. You can catch it on ESPN for TV. And we'll have coverage right here on 93.9 The Ville immediately following the Louisville baseball game. And we'll have post-game coverage for you with Biscuit and Chrissy Banta immediately following the Louisville women's game. As previously stated, the 16-6 Louisville baseball team is also in action as they'll travel to Cincinnati tonight. First pitch is set for 6 o'clock with our coverage beginning around 5:50 right here on 93.9 The Ville. And as I said, the national broadcast of the Louisville women's basketball game will immediately follow that. And as the men's tournament continues to roll along as well, ESPN Louisville is your exclusive home for play-by-play coverage of the NCAA tournament. Tonight's doubleheader with USD and Gonzaga starting at 7 o'clock on our sister station ESPN 680. When is that? Followed by the UCLA-Michigan matchup. Oh, today? I don't know. It's on the ACC network, right? I'm gonna see if the board's connected to one of the TVs. Back to here. I'll let you know. With Marcus Maben is next. This is Sports Center.
You've waited 2 years for it, but the wait is almost over. Genesis Diamond's store-wide spring extravaganza is next weekend, April 9th through the 11th. This is the big one, a store-wide sale unlike any other. Extra savings up to 35% off their already guaranteed best prices on virtually everything. Rings, earrings, bracelets, pendants, colored gemstones, even GIA certified diamonds are on sale. Don't miss it. Best prices and special financing too. 3 days only, April 9th through 11th. Only at Genesis Diamonds, Shelbyville Road Plaza.
After 2 long years, Genesis Diamond's spectacular spring extravaganza is back. April 9th through 11th. 3 incredible days. Store-wide savings. Up to 35% off Genesis already guaranteed best price on engagement rings, earrings, bracelets, wedding bands, plus special financing. This is the big one. The one where they break all the rules. Even Genesis GIA certified diamonds are marked down. Plus top jewelry designers are flying in their entire collections. You've waited long enough. So don't miss this. April 9th through 11th at Genesis Diamond, Shelbyville Road Plaza. Unapproved credit.
Man, how can you afford gas for that big SUV? I pay less for gas than everyone else. I got the free Get Upside Gas app and get up to 25 cents a gallon cash back every time I buy gas. Hold on. You're getting up to 25 cents off the...
I come from back there for having a conversation about Satan with it.
That's a gallon on your next tank. Just download the free Get Upside app at the App Store or Google Play and use promo code HOT. Save money on gas on every fill-up. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code HOT. That's HOT. Visit getupside.com for terms. ESPN Louisville is your exclusive home again this year for live play-by-play of the NCAA tournament, including the Final Four and National Championship.
It's over. It's over. Oral Roberts wins. Oral Roberts is going to the Sweet 16.
Elite Eight coverage continues tonight at 7 o'clock on ESPN 680, 105.7, and the ESPN Louisville app. The NCAA tournament on ESPN Louisville is presented by Bill Collins Ford, UPS Jobs, and fueled by Kroger.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Temperature control is one of the most valuable resources one can have. If you agree, then DFH Company is the company for you. Simply dial 968-6222, or you can look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Inquire about that Mitsubishi mini split like we use at our studio for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home again. 968-6222, or you can look them up online at dfhcompany.com.
So I said YouTube sound.
Yeah, I was late.
Also, 68 teams started in the tournament. Only the best have survived. 68. So, and like I said, I watched a little bit, won a little money last night. So,
bang.
Thanks to DraftKings. DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is putting new customers in the center of the action. By the way, the Final Four is shaping up. All right. Like, I haven't been in this tournament.
You knew it would, Steve. You knew it would.
But if chalk runs tonight, like I think it probably will, and you end up with like Gonzaga versus
wait a minute. I'm sorry. We're breaking up this read right now.
Okay, it's fine.
What? Why the 4 exclamation points behind the YouTube sound?
There was more than 4. It looks like about 7. Let's turn that sound back on, sir. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. They tune in daily to watch your YouTube and to see us.
You just cheated, Steve.
And they take time out of their days.
You went and looked at previous days.
Listen.
And you knew that was a day oneer.
I always do that. Because like, look, you have to, because earlier we get a text and like, it's like, why for the second straight day are you talking about Rocket Watts? Like, he's already committed. You do that with players. It rarely ever happens. Well, first off, that announcement didn't come out till after the show. So this is the first day we're talking about it. So anyways, you go up and you see, you want to know what their last 2 texts are, Brian? To the drive. Marcus and Steve are so delusional. It's unbelievable. Creating their own narrative on the Braum situation. This is from November 30th. To which Patty Ice or Mark writes back, huh? So before that, they text, Marcus and Steve are so salty today.
You spelled my name Marquess. Marquess. Marcus.
Says, don't get mad at the callers because Braum turned us down. People can have an opinion that you don't agree with. Before that, their last and first text was, why is no one talking about Brian Bowden Sr.'s testimony today implicating Kenny Johnson for direct cash payments? So that's why I go back and read, because some of them it's like, okay, I'm not going to.
But back to your point.
But back to the point, the YouTube sound, the 308, the YouTube sound, man or woman.
Thank you.
Back off of them.
Thank you. You're right. I'm wrong.
So should we redo that DraftKings?
Yeah, I was totally going to make him start all the way over.
That just needs to be a minute, right? I think we covered that.
Start over, Steve. Give him a good one.
68 teams started the tournament. Only the best have survived. DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is putting new customers in the center of the action. If you bet $1 on any tournament game, and if your team wins, you win $100. It's that simple. Brian, pick an underdog. If you had to bet on one underdog tonight, is it UCLA or USC?
Louisville.
Good God.
I like USC better than I like UCLA.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go UCLA. I'm going to go UCLA.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I think UCLA could get Michigan. I don't think they will, but I think it is possible. It is possible. I
mean, you just made me pick one. I'm not saying I would pick that.
And I think in the sound bracket that they got going on, I think I'm UCLA. I think I still got a dog in the fight. I think so.
Lucky for you.
Yeah, I know. It's me, and I think it's me bragging on Louisville or something.
I bet that goes all the way to the championship.
Let's win it all, baby.
Yeah.
Let's win the whole thing. Turning $1 into $100 is 100 to 1 odds. Pick any college basketball team that's still in the hunt for your shot at winning $100, and all it takes is a $1 bet, and that team winning their next game. There's no better way to put your college basketball knowledge to the test than put your money where your mouth is with DraftKings Sportsbook. And don't worry if college basketball isn't for you. DraftKings Sports offers daily odds boost on pro basketball, golf, and Marcus's favorite, hockey. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable, so you can deposit and withdraw your funds at your convenience. So download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code WLCL when you sign up to turn $1 into $100 if the college basketball team of your choosing pulls off the win. That's code WLCL to turn $1 into $100 for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. You must be 21 or older. Indiana only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. If you've got a gambling problem, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
One more of our great shout-outs. Thanks to Tommy and the delivery.com team for bringing Buy Lunch to the ESPN Louisville studios. Today we got Eat a Pita.
Eat a Pita.
Eat a Pita.
Eat a Pita.
Miss going to your favorite restaurant but still want to support them? Locally owned delivery.com brings the restaurant to you. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. and the big games this March. Use promo code Order Now to get $10 off your next order. Now hiring drivers. Get paid per delivery. Keep your own tips. Also, if you are a restaurant looking to grow your business with food delivery, contact locally owned delivery.com. Delivery.com, your neighborhood delivery.
I do want to remind people too, one last thing, and then we'll
Pro
get
Day.
back into some conversation. Well, Pro Day too, but tonight, Louisville Stanford play-by-play and post-game. This is big stuff for us, so I know people will be excited about this. Thanks to our friends at Westwood One, we'll be able to bring tonight's Louisville Stanford game immediately following the Louisville baseball game on 93.9 The Ville and the ESPN Louisville app. And then directly following that, we're going to have Dave Skull, Biggest Biscuit, and Chrissy Banna for immediate post-game reaction. She does a great job. If you haven't heard her yet, she's covered the women all year long, and she does the podcast, and she's excellent. And you'll be pleasantly surprised when you listen to her and her knowledge about the game and what's going on. So I'm really excited for them tonight. And if the Cards make the Final Four, we'll be able to carry those games. So
awesome.
Hopefully tonight we have a celebration and a post game, a women's post game. And maybe this is something going forward that we can add to the docket now. So I'm really excited for them stepping up and doing that. And I think it's going to be a big deal. And it's going to be really exciting. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun. I'll be tuned in. Pat Jagger said he was going to call in tonight if they lost. Walls don't got it.
Wall's
got to go.
That'll be so on brand for this studio to have to take that call.
Pat had me crying back there. He was just like, Wall's got to go. Like, if you're not going to win the big game, you got to go. Fire him now. Who are we looking at? Can we get Baylor's coach?
Let's bring Muffet out of retirement.
Yeah. So, oh man. But anyway, so
okay.
good stuff.
So, what is our level of excitement to having Pro Day on ACC Network?
That's pretty cool. Listen, it's good for the brand, man. We talked about it. The brand, when people say, that's why I would always get aggravated. Okay, and I'm going to tread lightly here because people have to understand what I say. But when people act like, well, the women's making it further in the tournaments, whatever. I don't care. Cool, but if they don't, whatever, I don't really care. And I'm like, dude, do you know what it means to have the Louisville brand on there still? It keeps Louisville in front of your face, man. When the baseball team makes
why don't people understand?
I'm like, dude, that's a big deal that people turn it on and they see.
I just want to throw in this one because I didn't want this to go overlooked. Haley Van Lith is estimated, really, her name, image, and likeness is literally estimated at $1 million.
Yeah.
And that's just social media. Brian's nodding about that. Think you should put her in Sports Center, Brian?
I think so.
She literally came to campus with a following of what stupid numbers, right? Stupid social media. She was a brand already. Attaching to the Louisville brand brings everybody to the Louisville brand.
Yeah.
So having her in there, just if you really are a University of Louisville fan, it's important to have that positive imagery of your ladies baseball, man. Because then when you get around to football season, that's a hell of a program they got going open Louisville.
Absolutely.
Because when I'm just chilling, I'm a recruit, but tonight when I'm chilling and flipping through channels, I'm gonna end up at Louisville I'm gonna end up at Louisville versus I'm blanking, of course, right now. Louisville versus Stanford. Just flipping through the channels.
Oh, sure.
And coach is recruiting me. So guess what? I'm gonna stop for a little while.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm gonna see. And I'm a guy football recruit, and I'm gonna watch. Those girls who are gonna be potential girlfriends when I get there too, probably. And I'm saying high school recruit. Man, those girls got game.
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome. Just staying on TV like that.
Yeah, I mean, you might say those unis are nice,
right?
Whatever.
Yeah,
man.
you just get the general branding point.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah, of baseball, swim. If I go on Sports Center and just see Arthur Albiero and son, they just won national championship.
Yeah.
Butterfly. Golly. You know what I'm saying? Just, man, that Lowell program, maybe I need to take them a little more serious. Maybe they're invested in their sports more than any other college that's even recruiting me.
Sure.
So this program, they just pumping a bunch of money into football and then a little bit in basketball and nothing else. Or they're pumping all their money into all of their sports. So I know at the very least, I'm going to have a network of sports individuals at Louisville like no other university.
Yeah.
Branding wise.
Yeah, absolutely.
I totally took you left field on that.
Well, no. I think that there's that. So then today, Pro Day, yeah, man, you flip it over, you see Louisville Pro Day. Like, I mean, it's not, and I know other schools have done it, but that's why you get an ACC network. And for fans, I think it's fun. I think you get to watch those guys and stuff, but
you get to watch how jacked Javian Hawkins looks now.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exciting. So yeah.
And you know what else you get, Steve? You get confirmation of when we say, yeah, that guy's a freak.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, like to me, this is almost like Spike the Ball Day when we said no. Fitzpatrick. I said Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
Listen,
I got you.
Our guys are monsters.
Yeah.
Our guys are monsters.
Yeah,
they're going to be monsters. Jay, whoever's in this pro day, and you're going to get to hear what pros want, like what younger guys they're looking at.
Yeah.
So coming into next year, are they already? There's going to be a buzz about Yaya Diaby. We're going to get our first, comments where somebody says, actually, his numbers, stood out, and he's probably the most high, draft potential guy, and you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna get that. You're gonna get all of that.
Sure.
So yeah, Brian, did we ever come up with it? Are we gonna be able to tap in there at all?
So that's what I've been working on. The board's not connected to any TVs,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not actually on the ACC network. It's on the ACC network extra. So we're trying to find the TV provider information so we can sign into the ESPN app to get it.
How about that?
That sounds extremely complicated.
No, that's awesome. Yeah. So anyway, so it's good. So that's an overall good day.
Okay, timeline, Steve.
Timeline, I'm listening.
Okay, timeline. You want to know your roster for next year. What timeline is going to make you uncomfortable, coaching wise, player wise? What timeline is going to make you comfortable in both departments?
Well, here's the thing. We're waiting on what we think. I don't know.
Are they going to all fall like dominoes once one guy picks?
But here's the thing. Nobody knows because we don't know what Coach Mack knows. What if Coach Mack
Who's
knows,
he talking to behind
what if Coach Mack knows? David and Carleek have both, like I said, I don't see any scenario really David comes back. So, but like, what if they're talking and it's like, okay, no, they're both gone. Like they're not coming back. What if Carleek's already told him? What if David said, I'm gone, and Carleek's already said, no, I'm going to go through the workouts, but Coach, unless like somebody offered me a first round or something, crazy.
Here's the problem with that. And it's not a problem. It's a respectful, selfish. I hate it selfishly. I love it morally.
Mm-hmm.
We heard coming out of the coaching staff that Coach Mack is really hands off on influence.
Mm-hmm.
I would never, and I get him. I get him on that. The reason we don't break news, the reason we don't take a lot of stuff to air, I would never want to influence any part of your decision making. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So Coach is like literally like, I have the biggest conflict of interest on the planet working with you. Coach Mack knew that.
Yeah.
He knew what it was like to come back, excited about your year, ready to have a big year, make it to the league, and then you take an injury. Yeah. I never forgive myself if I cost, if I felt like.
But he wants. But at the same time, he wants his product good.
Yeah, right.
So it's like,
but again, I think we'll suffer because he's more willing to just stay. Call me if you want me to seek out this, and I will put you in contact with the right people.
Mm-hmm.
But what I won't do is ask them what you think about my guy David Johnson, and if they tell me, I'm saying he's a 38, I don't even want you to worry if I took that number, that 38, and moved it to 58 and said, my guy told me, you know what I'm saying? So this is the guy. He's expecting your call.
Mm-hmm.
You call him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'll put you in contact with somebody, or I'll give you the right direction to look if you ask me a question. But I'm not gonna pick a guy to put you towards, you know.
Or if in like David's case and different ones, I mean, we've heard now over the last week or two that, I mean, that David was come to Coach Mack and said, okay,
what do you think?
If I come back? Right. Well, no, not even what do you think? Like, if I decide to come back, what are we working with? And Coach Mack, apparently told him this is what the offense will look like with you. This is what we're changing up. This is what we're going to do. This is how I will try to, if you're back, this is how I will try to up your stock. And this is what we're going to do. Like that. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but
man.
sometimes that's slow, and that's something we got to be okay with too.
Well, you have to be able, with Carleek and David right now, you have to be okay waiting for them to go through the, so I can't blame them, but also Coach Mack, it's a relationship. Coach Mack understands it, and they understand that Coach Mack's got to recruit what he's got to recruit.
Okay, so coaching,
the coaching search.
What kind of timeline do you need?
I need that to go ahead and. I think, like I said, by now everybody's settled on. We pretty much know Kahil Fennell will probably take one of the spots, which I'm perfectly fine with. I think he'll do a great job there. And I like anytime you have multiple openings, I like there to be at least one upgrade promotion.
Yep. In-house promotion.
In-house promotion. That's what I'm looking for. Because that shows that I trust what I'm doing here too. So
okay. Do you have a profile of the assistant?
Yeah, Kenya Hunter. That's what I would like. But of course I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I mean,
we let him get out the meeting.
Yeah.
We let Woodson get in there.
I mean, the other name, they're talking that the guy at Penn State, name slips my mind, Ergo. I mean, he was listed on the top 10 developers. I mean,
Steve, we knew this was going to happen.
I can get behind that.
We knew once we went public with Kenya Hunter, we knew that there was not going to be. Listen, because I've already called Kenya Hunter or Louisville Kenny Payne.
No, I think he's the perfect guy. No, I'm not afraid to say that. I think he's the perfect guy.
But what I'm saying is, once you went public with that, there was not going to be a home run hire after him. Or there could be, but
but I mean, no, anytime you're getting an assistant, I mean, unless you get somebody that you're like, okay, this just feels like it meets every
need.
Do
we need a high profile assistant? Like a big money assistant. That's what I mean, high profile. Like a proven, he's worth the money every time.
I mean, everybody does, right?
That's my point. Like, do you feel like we need that one on this staff?
I would like to have it. Yeah, because I don't feel like
Eric.
Yeah,
mini Eric.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
Eric, you'd have been losing a lot of weight.
I know.
He shrunk a little bit, man.
Right. So, high profile guy or up and coming super developer?
I don't know. I think I don't think you can go wrong.
If you had
there.
to jump on one side,
I mean, the high profile guy. Of course, I'm always going to go high profile guy because I'm going to say, okay, no, this is a big time.
A developer or recruiter.
I mean,
one or the other.
I always go recruiter. Yeah, I always you get more. The more you can get,
just go get me, dude.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, good players win games.
And I think the players that got to have the ticker that just made them a little feistier,
Well, and when you're doing rivalry conversation too, they're coming back towards you. Let me move closer to them. And let's get there. Let's get on even eye playing field talent wise. Again, and because I mean, as much as it pains you to say, it's not been the case over the last decade. I mean, they've just had better talent, and they've beat you a few times because they're just more talent.
It's got nothing to do with you. This is better talent than anybody.
Yeah.
In all
but I mean, we're directly, nobody else keeps track of how many times they've lost to Kentucky.
That's a good point. Actually, Tennessee kind of does.
Well, that might be fair.
Yeah, just Ron.
Tennessee's had talent. So I don't know what your problem is.
You said what?
I said Tennessee's had talent though. I'm like, I don't know what y'all's problem is. Rick Barnes sucked.
Would you take Rick Barnes as assistant?
No.
For his recruiting?
I'll take him as an assistant.
You see what I'm saying, Steve? You definitely take him as an assistant.
Texter said it is A.W. Hamilton making the type of moves to get a big-time D1 job like a Big East school. Dude seems like, yeah, he got Braxton Beverly today. EKU.
Braxton Beverly went to EKU?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, he's from here.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, no. I know.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I just saw that a few minutes ago. I was like, oh, wow.
We'll take our last commercial break. Middays with Marcus Maben on 939 The Ville.
U of L Health's medical expertise, known around the world, is now in your community and more accessible than ever before. The power of U is now at more hospitals, more medical centers, and more physician practices, along with Brown Cancer Center and Fraser Rehab, all dedicated to making the impossible possible. That's the power of U. To learn more, visit uoflhealth.org.
The sounds of spring can often be followed by the sounds of a broken air conditioner. So if you hear your AC unit making some unwanted noises, call DFH Company today. Buy a complete drain system and receive a free UV light, which cleanses the airflow throughout your duct system, plus 18-month special financing. It's hard to stop a train, and it's hard to not call DFH Company today at 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility dates, details, and restrictions subject to credit approval.
Hey everybody, Steve Rummage here. And if you have listened to 93.9 The Ville over the last few months, you know I've reminded you of 3 simple words. Call Josh Jarbo. Josh is a licensed realtor and owner of RE/MAX Alliance, and with the spring market heating up, he wants to make your home buying or selling process as efficient as possible by offering a guaranteed sale program and instant offers on commercial listings. And if that wasn't enough, up to $5,000 seller credit by mentioning you heard it right here. So don't wait any longer and contact Josh Jarbo at 502-216-7590 or joshjarbo@remax.net.
68 teams started the tournament. Only the best have survived. Draftkings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is putting new customers in the center of the action. Bet $1 on any tournament game, and if your team wins, you win $100. It's that simple. Turning $1 into $100 is 100 to 1 odds. Pick any college basketball team that's still in the hunt for your shot at winning $100. All it takes is a $1 bet and that team winning their next game. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code WLCL when you sign up to turn $1 into $100 if the college basketball team of your choosing pulls off the win. That's code WLCL for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Indiana only, new customers only, restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
We always have our focus around here at ESPN Louisville, not focused with an F, but with a PH.
Focus is sparkling water with caffeine, and it's putting sugary soda on notice with its newest flavor, Cola, which was just awarded Best New Product by BevNet Magazine.
Focus Cola has all the classic taste, but none of the harmful ingredients. No sugar, no sweeteners, no guilt. It's what's missing that matters.
Haven't had it before? Try Focus Cola for just $12 when you use code NEWCOLA at www.drinkfocus.com.
Oh, ship! I need to get this package downtown by noon.
Don't worry. There's a brand new on-demand delivery service by Z-Trip. It's Z Shipping.
Are you shipping me?
No, we're shipping your packages. For the quickest, affordable, on-demand courier service, visit zshipping.com. zshipping.com. Let zship help you with your delivery needs. That's zshipping.com.
Hey everyone, I'm Brandon Lang. When Matthew McConaughey plays you in a movie, as he did me in 2005's Two for the Money, you have to maintain a certain image. That's hard to do when you're going bald. I needed to do something, and it needed to be done fast. Parsley Waldman's Hair Center came to the rescue. Louisville and the Midwest Premier Hair Treatment Center not only gave me my hair back, but my self-confidence as well. Go to hairsurgery.com and find out how you can start your journey back to a full head of hair today. I can tell you firsthand. From the minute you walk in the door to the time you leave, you are treated as if you were in a 5-star hotel. And now that it's been a year since my surgery, I look back at pictures from a couple years ago. I don't even look like the same person. The procedure was an amazing success, and it has totally reframed my face. Go to hairsurgery.com and find out not only how affordable it is, but how you can get your hair back today. Visit hairsurgery.com. That's hairsurgery.com. And tell them Brandon Lang sent you.
I'm Kim from Lovett Landscaping. As a new season approaches, James and I would like to thank all of our loyal customers in Louisville, from the Highlands to Germantown, Audubon Park, St. Matthews, and many more. We've had 32 successful years thanks to you all. Lovett specializes in all landscape designs and installations. Here at Lovett, we always say, we don't leave until you say you love it. Give us a call at 635-1685 or Google Lovett Landscaping. That's LUV-IT, Lovett Landscaping.
Hey, Dave Scull here, and tonight ESPN Louisville has you covered as the Cards look to advance to the Final Four. We'll feature live play-by-play of Louisville and Stanford directly following Louisville baseball right here on 93.9 The Ville. And then directly following the game, join me and Christy Banta as we bring you live post-game analysis. We'll have Jeff Walls' post-game press conference and take your calls. And it's all right here on 93.9 The Ville and the ESPN Louisville app.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Miami, the Playboy's paradise. Pretty girls, fast cars.
Is the station. Steve, is there anybody else we want to thank, or do you want to get straight to the phone lines? Actually, I'll hit the phone lines first.
Okay.
You get anything ready? We got to go. Carlos, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Morning, Steve, man. Good morning, man. Thanks for taking my call. Great joke, great show, man.
Appreciate
I
it.
was just, asking some questions, in regards to the recruiting status of U of L in basketball, and I love Coach Mack. I think he's a great coach. And my frame of mind is, as a carpenter, you can't build a house unless you got the proper tools to build it. And in this case, he hasn't had the recruits that he needs to come in to implement the plan that he has to be a winning basketball team. And some of the guys, fans right here that were asking questions in regards to about Kenny Payne. My question to you guys did the U of L go after Kenny Payne before they made a decision to hire Coach Mack? And I hear a lot of rumors that, Coach is also getting ready to go to DePaul. And also there's rumor about that the two coaches to be replaced, one of them, of course, from IU. What are your knowledge in regards to the replacement of the two coaches that U of L is going to have to replace? And who would you like to see come in?
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate the call. First and foremost, I think they did have a conversation with Kenny Payne, but I'm sure Kenny Payne said, y'all can't afford me.
Fair enough.
Right. So there's that. And Kenny Payne, he's looking head coach. He was thinking about being an assistant coach, if you had to ask me.
Well, no, I think he's talking about did they have a conversation with him to be head coach before they hired Coach Mack?
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but
I mean, he would have took a Louisville job if they.
I don't know.
He absolutely would have taken.
He was pissed off a little. he would have took that job so fast.
Yeah, he would 100% take that job.
Oh my God. So yeah, you're right. I screwed up those a little bit. As far as listen, here's the other thing. Brian's getting stalked. Steve is getting stalked. Marcus is getting stalked. We've been missing coaches for a week now. We need assistant coaches. So I want to say, people, right now, like even during pandemic environment, Vince, Coach Mack, and every head coach and AD they're all in the back rooms trying to find out what coaches are available, what coaches are unhappy, what coaches are bringing players with them, either grad transfers or big time recruits. Listen, an AAU coach right now is in Indianapolis and surrounding areas. An AAU coach, and he has 2 7-foot Nigerian centers, right? And he's talking to colleges about his players.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's looking for a grad assistant spot, maybe, or, hey, how can I guarantee that you're going to make sure my kid, and I'm using air quotes through radio.
Yeah.
How can I guarantee that you really need my player? I need to get him in the best situation.
Mm-hmm.
And what's your plan for this name, image, and likeness that's about to be? Because I'm going to want my kid to be at the front. Do you have a marketing, campaign set up? Or, like,
I'm just saying, I know a school who hires, godfathers and handlers and all that as assistant coaches to,
allegedly
star recruit. I know how that works.
No, but I'm talking about assistant coach.
Allegedly, bro.
I'm talking about assistant coaches. I'm talking about, again, coaches that are good coaches that are, okay, prime example. Imagine if you were a coach, right? An assistant coach, up becoming assistant coach.
Right.
And you had a player on the team that was kind of a behavioral problem or something. And then the team took a flight to go play somebody. And then you left that assistant coach at home to take care of the troubled kid or something. You know what I'm saying? As an assistant coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know how you wouldn't be happy? You'd say, I can't believe they went to Missouri. I mean, I can't believe the hypothetical team went somewhere and didn't take me with them. So if an assistant coach got extremely disrespected by their university, it's a ton of those,
right?
That are recruiting and got inside knowledge of recruits.
Yeah,
I got the big board for who we're targeting. It's a lot of coaches that can bring a lot to the table. That don't have the budget that we have. Coach Mack literally has to go over, first of all the people he knows personally that are up and coming assistant coaches or established assistant coaches. He has to go through all the recommendations that his OGs give to him.
Yeah.
All his mentors and all his contacts. Who do you like? I like this one guy coming out of, NC, whatever, NC Central, or whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. Right.
Yeah. Right now, Coach Mack has to thoroughly vet, not even mention the vetting process he has to go through at Louisville right now. So he has to do this. He has to say, okay, Vince, I need a number that I can give this guy. You know what I'm saying? Are you okay with this? Are you okay? Here's my book report on the vetting process. You have to do all of that. You can't just, come here, pack your bags, let's go. You might not know anything, behind the scenes, and you hire a guy and then all of a sudden you're like, his past starts coming up and some bad recruiting and, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for you to say we need a guy, like, you're wasting anxiety by saying we need it. I mean, I would love to be driving home and Steve called me and say, so what do you think? And I'm going to say, what you talking about? Steve's going to say, you're not on Twitter? And I'm going to say, no. Man, we got so-and-so, new assistant. I would love to have that conversation with Steve after the show, but that's not realistic.
Yeah, and transfers aren't coming for the assistant coach unless they've already had a connection with them. So unless you're specifically hiring a guy for a guy, or it's not. And right now, we're only on the transfer market,
right?
So it's like, okay, they're coming for Coach Mack.
They're coming for the program.
Like I said, now unless you hired, like we talked about Hunter or something. You hire Hunter and he's got Jeff Greer talked about he had like a connection with Xavier Johnson and the Indiana guys and stuff. Now, of course, that would help if that's somebody you want, but there's not a rush. I find the right guy,
right?
Especially if people keep saying 2 spots open. There's really 1 spot open. Like I said, with the Fennel talk, like I think we know that that's going down. So there's really 1 spot. So be patient. Carleek's not coming back or coming back because of the assistant coach job.
I want you to tell me that I'm wrong for calling these extreme wins. Okay. Win number 1. If it's true, Rocket Watts reached out to Louisville. You didn't get him the first time. You lost him to Michigan State. You get him. He's unhappy. You're the first call he makes. To me, Steve, that's a win, a big time win for my program. That you called me.
Yeah.
That is total. You know what? Look, because he has this. Listen, you got to be a man to say, I spurned you I left you at the altar, but hey, would you still have me back?
Yeah, because I mean, up until this point, I mean, we don't know. I mean, look, I would argue to the death that I think it'd be a great pickup.
Oh yeah,
but
and not even make it about basketball right now.
Yeah, but I mean, Coach Mack, might have told him no. I don't know. We haven't heard. I don't think that would be the case.
But that's the part I wanted to leave out of this conversation.
Well, I'm saying though, to your point, I mean, to call back, I mean, you have to be willing for the coach to be like, no, you had your shot.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
that's a good point. But the point I'm making is, to me, it's a program brand win when you say I'm leaving Michigan State.
Yeah.
And look, because Florida State, who was awesome.
Yeah.
And if you say Louisville, those are places that I would want to play at.
Yep.
I want to play on that bird.
Yep.
To me, dude, whatever happens with that, like you called me, right? Mm-hmm. You called me because this is a place you want to play.
Yeah.
You're like I said, 4 or 5-star guy. When 5-star people call you, that's a notch in your belt.
Sure.
Even if I say no.
Sure.
Okay. I don't think we need to say allegedly anymore with this. Devin Askew reaches out, thinking about transferring to Louisville.
Right.
Allegedly. Is that a win?
Or his camp.
Okay. Yeah. His camp. Yeah. Thanks for cleaning that up.
Yeah.
Is that a win?
Yes.
Why?
Because again, it shows that, like, okay, I mean,
and you're willing to jump rivalry lines.
Yeah, they're seeing something in what you're doing.
They're seeing, and this goes back to me saying, freedom,
or what you did while recruiting them.
Oh, right.
To me, that also shows that somebody's saying, yeah, I had the best connection with you. But there was something, and I don't even mean this scandalous. Right. There was something just at the last minute I felt like that they could offer me.
Yeah. If he's just said, I just can't turn down the chance to play for Kentucky, who's been the
one and done king.
Yeah, right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not even being nasty. And then again, it might be. I don't know. It might be a Nike thing. Like, it's possible.
Right. Yeah. But that's why I left all that out of the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you say your camp says, or somebody says, hey, Louisville would have been a better place for you.
Yeah.
I'm willing to jump rivalry lines and go to Louisville.
But to be fair, the Askew thing don't surprise me because, I mean, you could visibly tell he doesn't like John Calipari. I mean, you could see it.
You could see
like
that
all
look.
year that he would not have cared one bit to come right over here and just show.
We're so, and y'all, we pick apart these looks all the time. Like, he literally looks. Go back and watch Vanderbilt, Kentucky.
Yeah, I mean,
okay. Ask you. Who was the other one? There's another one we were in that. Okay,
Brakefield, but we don't. But there's no.
I was gonna say Christian Lander. If you thought there was open conversation with Lander,
I'd be blown away if Lander didn't reach out. But we don't know that. We don't have any.
Right. So yeah, I'm not putting that on him. But
of course, I think Lander's also probably very open to going back to IU.
Oh no, absolutely. Like I think he's 80% more likely to go back to IU. I mean, you get Mike Woodson in there, and like, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt you to play one more. Like you're a reclass freshman. It's not going to kill you to play a year under.
No, you just turned 18.
Right. So, but I don't know. I don't know if it's the traffic. I don't know. Something makes me feel like Lander knows Louisville was a good landing spot.
Sure.
Just as well. And again, I said it before. I said it with Romeo Langford. I said, listen, if I lose Romeo Langford to the state school in Indiana, I'll eat that.
Well, you would have lost Romeo.
You threw him away.
You fired. Yeah.
If I lost Anthony Simons to the NBA, and all I had to do was keep my coach and kept Anthony Simons and Romeo Langford.
Yeah, so that's fine.
I probably would have kept my coach. and listen, and I'm going to say the same thing when y'all try to run Mac off. And I'm going to say, Mac had the number 6 recruiting class in the nation, and y'all. Well, he did another video, and I'm just tired of his videos. You remember that video 3 years ago when Eric Wood was in his home, and now he's doing a video doing a backflip off a boat, and that video of him doing the backflip off the boat 3 hours earlier, he drunk a beer. I can't have that representing my team anymore. He was down in so and so and down the lake, and he did a backflip.
Right.
He had beer, Steve,
and that's dangerous.
And anybody that lives like that can't be a good coach.
It's dangerous.
Golly. And I'm going to say, I can't wait for y'all to try to run him off over something stupid like that.
Right. Right.
And look, it's going to be the same Final Four conversation. Yeah, I mean, he went undefeated in February, but his schedule was different this time.
Yeah.
You realize that, right?
No, I know.
When he goes undefeated in February, and he lost 4 games. Slow starts to the season. Slow start to the game. Slow start to the season. I don't care what he does in February. If you don't even get to February with undefeated.
That's just it's the same argument. You just move the goalpost.
Yeah. Or you just what was the shell game? What's it called? 3-card Monty.
Yeah. It's like the argument doesn't change. It's
the
just
3-card Monty of criticism.
Yeah, the location changes or the base of the argument.
Before we get here,
I got a couple things we need to a couple of shout outs here to give to when we get.
Go ahead. You can find one.
Well, before we kind of wrap up here, I do want to remind people to head to Kroger for prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh. You'll find more ways to save on the fresh you love with personalized coupons, weekly sales, and rewards like fuel points for all prices that are even lower than the everyday low. Kroger is fresh for everyone as well. Another local, To address competitive hiring climate in the Louisville area, UPS will offer a retention and attendance bonus to 2021. Starting pay is $14.50 per hour. Employees on select shifts will also receive an additional $300 for weekly attendance bonus. Learn how you can graduate debt-free. UPS is now offering a $100 attendance Sunday bonus for all employees that have a Sunday through Thursday work week, now offering $75 bonus for all night shift employees, not including the $100. So if an employee works nights Sunday through Thursday, their weekly bonus is $175. That's pretty good. So visit upsjobsky.com for more info.
2 things. Okay. Somebody posted the Lamar Jackson pro day, right?
Right.
I watched. I mean, you want to hear like the textbook stupidity, Steve?
I'm listening.
I watched Lamar outside shoulder, 50 yards, led him to where he gets his feet in bounds, right?
Right.
50 yards upfield.
Sure.
Perfect outside shoulder, probably 5 yards short of the goal line. Perfect stride, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, see that that's got to be a touchdown pass. I mean, for him to go out of bounds, I mean, that's just a lack of accuracy. I watched a guy in full stride, full head of steam, make a diving bomb. You know what I'm saying? He caught a bomb diving. I mean, just it's catchable.
Yeah.
A 65 yarder is catchable bomb. The guy dives. That's all about the receiver right there. I mean, that's just, literally watch his pro day and them just pick at him. It's like, you want to get that audio and say, you are the stupidest, or you want to say, this is an agenda. And it was pathetic listening to that. So that's one.
I watched Mac Jones pro day. Just fired it down the field. They're like, God, look at the arm strength.
Listen,
didn't matter where the ball ended up. It was just like, God, he could throw it.
What was your boy, Jamarcus Russell?
Yeah.
He can throw 80 yards from his knees. It's great. So,
big skin over them there mountains.
So listen, okay, there's that. How much would Lamar Jackson name, image, and likeness been worth at Louisville?
Oh God. Whew.
Just hit me with a number. Brian, how much would Lamar Jackson's name, image, and likeness been worth at Louisville? Texas, just give me a number.
If Haley Van Lith said $1 million, I would say that Lamar was around 10.
I was gonna say 3 to 5, but I could see that.
I would say 22.
It's possible, yeah.
He was the most electric quarterback of the last 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, man, yeah, you're probably right. Y'all are probably right.
Growing up, whenever you had like a running quarterback, you compare him to Michael Vick. The age group that's growing up right now, they're going to compare him to Lamar Jackson.
He was the most exciting player in all of college for a big stretch, Steve.
Yeah, that's funny, Brian, you say that, because I just had a moment yesterday where my son was like, they were like, LeBron or Jordan, and I know people, but see, my son only grew up with LeBron.
Right.
The disgust on his face. He was like, LeBron. Right. Yeah, he was looking like, and I'm like, it was for the first time I was like,
son, you have no idea.
I was like,
you ready to argue with him?
Yeah,
now?
I feel like my dad or like the people ahead of me now, because I'm like, son, Jordan. He's like, LeBron would destroy Jordan. He's like LeBron could play football, man. He's the best. He's the biggest. He's second all time in this, first all time. Look, by the time he was done, I was like, oh, you're right. I was like, you're right.
It's like, yeah,
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
you're right.
I know what you're saying. It's like listening
he
to
would
Jalen
beat the crap out of Jordan.
Have real debates with me now.
Yeah.
Like now we're really arguing. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. So
that's a great point, Texter. Texter said post hurdle 25. That's a good point, though. Post hurdle for Lamar.
No.
After he hurdled the guy.
Oh, okay.
The guy said,
great point. Great point.
That's a great point.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, man, post hurdle. Yeah, dude, that plays like that.
Yep.
Jack your price up, man.
Yep.
That's a really good point.
And he won a Heisman and came back because he was the youngest to do it.
Tebow would have made a ungodly amount of money. Tebow would have made more in college than he made the NFL by far.
I did that. You know what I wanted to throw into once.
Of course, now there is the other side of it, and I know this is bad because I'm just going white quarterback to white quarterback. I mean, a guy like Johnny Manziel would have made money, and that would have been terrible for him.
No, he actually made money anyway, Steve.
Well, he did.
And he got suspended.
And he got right.
Half.
Yeah, I know. But it's
no,
like,
he actually was profiting on his name, image, and likeness in college, Steve.
No, I know.
And he got suspended for one half of a football game.
I know. Teddy got admonished, or Teddy wasn't allowed to do autographs. You remember that?
Yes.
Teddy had to stop signing
Yes.
autographs because people were selling his stuff. Yeah.
You want to know how to get under a person's skin. And I'm gonna leave y'all with this nugget before Brian plays out. I know a guy, and if you ever see him out and about in the store, like in the store or just out in public somewhere,
Tebow would have made a godly amount of money. That's funny. I'm sorry.
Listen,
I said ungodly.
I know.
That's hilarious.
If you want to talk to this guy and you're nervous about approaching him with a conversation and you just want to talk to him because you're fanning out or something, there's one guy I'm going to tell y'all, bring up the name, image, and likeness conversation, and you got his attention. I don't care what he was doing before you asked him. Mm-hmm. This guy he'll blow his lid.
Okay.
Reese Gaines.
Oh man!
If y'all talk to Reese, if you ever see Reese, say, Reese, what's up with you in this name? And he'll be like, oh God.